are sitting here with one of the dopest singers that I've ever met.
He's met, yeah.
In my entire life.
Absolutely, I can agree.
One of the best stage performers that I've met in my entire life. Her name is Ida Divine, folks.
Hello.
Give it up for Ida Divine.
Facebook, YouTube. How you doing? My name is
Facebook,
Ida Divine,
YouTube.
and I'm so happy to be here coordinating with the red couch. You got the green, the red, the
me?
orange pop in the lip. If you can see that, if you got a good phone.
You saw the lips?
Yeah.
I saw the lips.
All good. So happy to be here. Thank you so much.
Yes, and I greatly appreciate you. You know, we was just talking in the background about how we met, and you know, friends always return favors. And we never had a favor, but it just feels like that. You know what I'm saying? The way she just came through for the kid and just blessed me with her presence. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Thank you for tapping in on the Red Couch with Burn. We here. I'm glad that y'all came to view who we are. So, Ida Divine, who is Ida Divine? That's what we want to know. Who are you? Who is Ida Divine?
Oh, I'm a throwback from the 70s when people really invested in soul music, the voices, the songwriting, the birth of R&B. And I'm just living in the year 2022.
Wow.
Yeah.
She says she's the throwback living in the year of 2022.
Yeah, time traveling.
Okay. So what you trying to say? You been here before?
I mean, I'm not saying these things. I'm just, you know.
You've been here before. You know what? I think that a lot
Seems
of people,
familiar, you know.
I think that a lot of people that are really talented like yourself, I think in order to be this talented, you kind of gotta be out of this world.
Yeah, you got to think outside the box, right?
Right. You can't be like a regular artist.
No, I don't think Prince or Michael Jackson or Beyonce, any of those people are normal people. They want to be normal people, I think, because their stardom is so big. But there was something in them as a child that people could be like, kind of weird.
So you had one of those childhoods where you were singing and dancing in front of
No. I was actually, and I see your baby girl coloring just so beautifully. Yeah. I was very artistic. I used to draw pictures and things like that. So that's where my kind of artistry started in being creative. Okay. Then that turned into writing poems, and that turned into writing songs. And, you know, the 90s was a very huge era for hip hop, and I was living in Staten Island. I grew up in Staten Island, so I was seeing the Wu-Tang, and I really was invested and interested in getting into music when I saw them.
Okay.
In my neighborhood.
When you saw Wu-Tang?
Yeah. Growing up in Staten Island,
this is great. This is a story.
Yeah.
So, because I know I saw you rap, which I didn't even know you rap. This is crazy.
Most R&B singers can.
Okay.
But they don't, because it puts them in another box that they don't want to be in.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Most R&B singers
Jill
can
Scott,
rap.
Erykah Badu, Lauryn Hill, who else? Busta Rhymes. Even though he's not a singer, he can sing. Drake.
Oh, Busta Rhymes can sing.
Baby, if you give it to me, give it to you. He can hold it. No, wait a minute. Don't be shitting on Busta. Busta Bus.
No, I'm saying no.
But hip hop and R&B
kind of
goes. Yeah, hip hop R&B is a good marriage. So yeah, but yeah, I was one of those kids that you was like, kind of weird. You know, kept to myself. Yeah.
Well, I would definitely say that R&B has taken a different turn.
I would agree.
These days, you got people claiming they the kings and queens of R&B. But it lost that you what they call it, riff.
It's certain key notes, key things that you do, and they ain't hitting them notes. You either got it or you don't got it. You know what I'm saying? But it's better when you were raised on R&B, like authentic R&B. Then you know what you're listening for, right? But R&B has changed over the years, so people like I hate to say his name, but I'm gonna say it. You know what I'm gonna say.
No, I don't know.
R. Kelly.
Or the aura. He's gonna say the aura.
So people like him, definitely out of this world, right? We can agree to that.
Yeah.
But he captures R&B so perfectly.
He does, but
he captured it.
It's just so sad what happened to the man. Man, what happened to the aura? He just got arrested. I mean, he just got sentenced. I said he got arrested. He just got sentenced.
And he's doing what he loves in jail. That's how
Singing?
strong R&B is, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You seen the video or something?
There's plenty of videos of him
wow.
singing and them just gathered around.
Wow.
That's how powerful R&B is.
Click the video and the link. You're gonna see the video. No. I gotta check that out. That's crazy. But I don't really like that guy, man. Cause like I feel like he was just too undercover with what he was doing. But at the same time, everybody kind of knew. Yeah, everybody kind of knew.
The terrible thing about it is that the people who knew weren't protecting him, and they should probably be where he's at right now. You know, he couldn't do that. He can't just walk up to the school being R. Kelly. Everybody would notice him. He got to get like a wingman and a third man, and True. Maybe we're thinking too far into it, but
no, you make sense. You make sense.
Curse?
You make sense. Yeah, you can.
Fuck that nigga.
She said, "Fuck that nigga."
There's room for another King of R&B.
Be right. So
and we're waiting for you.
So who do you think? So we're gonna dive back.
I already know.
We're gonna dive back into you for a second.
All right.
But who do you think the new King of R&B is?
King is a very strong word, and there's emperors are above kings, and then there's princes, and then there's dukes and all that. But I think
the Duke of R&B.
The Duke of R&B. I think a running up King of R&B could be Usher.
Okay.
I think Usher definitely has proven himself many times.
Okay, Usher can be the King of R&B. Who do y'all think will be the King of R&B?
That's a good question, right?
Write down in the comments.
Because he's lost his title, right? His title's gone. You're in jail. You cannot call yourself that anymore. Yeah, he can call himself that, but
Nah, my
King
man.
Of R&B. Yeah.
So Usher is the King of R&B. So who would be the Duke?
The Duke of R&B.
So who would be the Duke of R&B?
I like this new guy called Lucky Day.
Oh, never heard of him.
Yeah,
somebody always puts me on to a new person.
He's from New Orleans. Really good. Captures the R&B, 90s R&B. Really good. Young dude.
Y'all heard of Lucky Day before? Because I never heard of him, but the crazy thing is somebody put me on the Giveon the last time they was here. I was like,
very good. Yeah, very Khalid. There's a few dudes that's doing R&B.
So Usher is the new King of R&B.
Oh, I didn't say that. I just said he might be a runner-up. Who do you think could be other than Usher? Who could go against Usher to keep saying?
Who could go against Usher that could really sing?
Yeah.
That's a dude?
Yeah, the king.
Man, that's still alive?
That's still here, not in jail.
You don't think Chris Brown?
I love Chris Brown.
But you don't think
I think Chris Brown is more pop R&B.
Okay.
And so is Usher, more pop R&B. There's so many R&B genres. So there's soul R&B, and funk R&B. There's the D'Angelo R&B. There's the Maxwell R&B. So.
But what are you saying? Usher has the overall R&B.
I think
he could do everything.
I think he's got a Vegas residency. He's put out Grammys. And,
I'm trying to think because every time I think of somebody, I'm thinking in my head the first person I just thought of when you said R&B, like who do you first think of when you say R&B? You don't think Usher.
You don't. You think of the other guy that I said. That's what I think of whenever you say R&B and we're talking about men.
Well, I think now.
But we're transcending time. We're just talking about this day and time, right? There was Teddy Pendergrass. There was,
so many people.
There's been many before.
Well, who I think now when you say R&B, I think of The Weeknd. I think of
Weeknd, yeah.
I think of The Weeknd, because the way his voice, that's R&B.
Yeah, it is.
Panties coming right.
He definitely got that sexy soul R&B. Yeah, he definitely solidifies R&B.
I think The Weeknd. What's this dude's name?
And he's a very big star as well.
There's a guy. I can't even get to his name. But we'll get back to that in a minute. But let's jump back into Ida Divine.
Yeah.
So Grammy.
I'll let you know what it is because I don't want the Grammy people being like,
No. No. I was gonna say recording artist.
Yes, that's true.
Right?
Yeah.
Nominated for one of the dopest platforms that you could possibly imagine. So explain to me what it is. Explain to me. Let me not get it incorrect. So how do you say the phrase?
All right. So an artist has to do so much in this industry to be noticed by the Recording Academy. Like if I just started doing music today and I had 3 songs, if those songs are dope enough, I could get into the academy. But pretty much what it is you putting music out, it charting, people in the industry over 20 years recognizing you and saying, yeah, that shit is hot. I co-sign her, right? Them recommending you to the academy. So I was recommended, and this process takes over a year. So over a year ago, I was recommended to the academy by 3 industry legends that have been in the industry for over 20 years that I've worked with over my career.
Are you allowed to mention those people?
I can.
Okay.
One of them is Dave Lighty. Violator.
Oh.
Herb Middleton, who was a big producer with Bad Boy, and a man named Franklin Sinclair that is in the UK but has charted my music to the point to where it was triggered, right? Triggered into there's label charts and then there's industry charts. My songs were charting so good that it was going into the label charts, and I was being combined with signed artists. In the artists and in UK, yeah.
Right.
So being like in the charts with labeled artists, right? So what happened is those 3 people recommended me, and now the Grammy Recording Academy recognizes me as someone that should be submitting their music for a Grammy. So I'm the Grammy class of 2022.
Grammy class.
About 2,000 are in this class of 2022. And
wow. So right now, you could actually submit your song.
I can submit my songs from 5 years ago to the Grammys to be considered to win singles, albums, EPs, for whatever I've done.
So for everybody that's watching, y'all be thinking that they pick people.
And let me cut you off. And I can also vote. So I am someone who is a voting member who I could vote for someone to get a Grammy, and now since I'm in the Grammy class, people can vote on me. So basically, that's how it works. You have to be a voting member.
So basically, what she said is, if your favorite artist lose,
I didn't say vote against. I said vote for. But that's how it works.
If your favorite artist lose, y'all know who to hit up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta come to Ida Divine. Ida Divine is special. She can sing. We're going to get her to sing later.
I don't know.
You already know how we do. So recently you did a performance and you was on stage, or I'm not sure if you were on stage with them or you opened up for them, but you were on stage with You Got to Tell Me Waiting, Contemplating, My Love, My Love. Y'all too young for that, son. You was on the stage with Loose Ends. How was that? How did that feel?
I was actually last week because we had to schedule it this time because I was in UK a few days ago. Just icons. That's R&B right there. Like that's the R&B you grew up with, or I grew up with anyway, hearing in the house and living in New York. The radio station would play Loose Ends to no end, but it was their show in London, and it was just dope. I met Carl, one of the main producer for Loose Ends, and the ladies, and they killed it.
Do you perform like all over the countries, or like do you like where's the furthest, or like where's the dopest country that you've ever performed in?
Not a country, actually, on a boat. On a cruise.
Okay, out here.
Or no, it was somewhere in the Caribbean.
Okay.
I've performed in London. That's the furthest maybe I would say that I performed. But like if we're talking about maritime, nerd on the ocean. But yeah, I've performed there. I performed everywhere. I've performed in basements.
We all had to do that.
Listen,
we all had to do that.
If you got a mic and some people, call me up. I do.
Call you up.
Yeah. If I'm feeling like it.
Where's the most grungiest place you perform? Like, I know you had, or like, what's the wildest experience you had while performing? Like, I got my shit on footage. Okay.
Oh, is it?
What? Girls coming on stage, like groupies. I was like, this me.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
I never had that, although I might, aspire to have that one day.
No, you will. You probably did. You just don't know. Dudes ain't like that. We be standing in the crowd looking like, I want to say something, but I ain't gonna say nothing because she probably gonna say something to me. She probably gonna, I don't know. She ain't gonna say nothing to me. You know what?
Women have an attitude. They come off the stage. I don't want you to fucking say shit to me, but it depends on how I feel. But I was performing. I don't know if it was a trap house. I was down south. It might have been a trap house, but I was feeling good. Everybody was singing stuff, and then somebody was like, "Wait, she's gonna sing," and I was like, "Oh shit, now I gotta sing." But they was doing tattoos in the kitchen, and it was some hood shit, and I felt at home, but that was kind of crazy. It was like 3-something in the morning, people sleeping and shit like that on the floor. It's a good party.
That sounds like an experience that I want to experience.
Yeah,
sounds like a wild experience. Y'all have no idea who y'all sitting among. See, the people that I have on my show, though, are destined to blow and are blown up already. Y'all just don't understand. And you know what? She's a star. Y'all don't even know who y'all looking at. I just don't understand. Y'all don't understand. But anyway, you was recently at the Essence Fest.
Yes.
Where was that at?
That was in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How was that experience?
It was beautiful. This was the first Essence since the pandemic happened. So they got this. Actually, it's my first Essence attending and obviously performing. But I met so many dope people and celebrities. It was just crazy. Mm-hmm. It was amazing.
Who did you meet while you were there? Or who had you like, oh my God?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you the last person I met. I was like, oh my God. So LaToya Luckett was hosting the Super Lounge Coca-Cola stage that I was on, and Dream Doll was there. Coco Jones. From the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And a young lady named Raish. So it was all of us on the Coca-Cola soundstage, and LaToya Luckett was the host, and it was wonderful. She's great. Very nice, and brought me out so beautifully. And I was backstage listening to somebody introduce me, and when I got on the stage, I was like, oh shit, it's LaToya Luckett. Wow. So that was cool. I met the Brat and her wife because it was during Pride Week. They're beautiful. I met Tamron Hall.
Okay. My friend does her makeup.
Oh my God. Just
my friend Tanil does
beautiful.
Tamron
It's
Hall's
like a
makeup.
statue in person. I met Roxy.
Who's that?
Roxy Diaz from 106 in Park.
Okay, Roxy.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. I'm sorry.
You gotta cut that out. You gotta cut that part out.
No, I'm just saying. That's all right. It's not, 106 in Park.
I know for a long
Bring
time.
back 106 in Park. You know what? I think they're supposed to be bringing that back.
They should, yeah. They should.
Damn, how do you...
But Terrence was there too.
Okay.
Yeah.
You met a lot of people.
And the best, I'm gonna leave the best for last. I was coming off of the stage from, I had two shows. I had the Coca-Cola soundstage, and then I had the Superdome, the convention center where it's the big stage. But I was coming off the stage and I saw Bobby Brown, and he was a sweetheart. I took a picture with him, and
you put it up. I ain't seen the picture.
I did. I put it in my story. I'm gonna post it again. But he was a sweetheart, and to meet Bobby Brown, when we talking about R&B, like. You know what Whitney said.
Well, I think we might have to go back to looking at
who
is the king of R&B.
Who really was the king?
Because Bobby Brown been out for well, he stopped making music. You know what's crazy? Off of R&B a little bit onto rap. I was thinking the other day, who is the longest standing rapper in the rap game?
That's still
rapping? Today, that still raps, that's still relevant. Who is?
Damn.
I got it.
Tell me. I would love to
You
know.
already said his name already.
Busta?
It has to be.
And he's still holding it down. You
Because
mean like
Busta
still
Rhymes,
relevant?
It's still relevant.
Snoop? But I think Busta been doing it
Busta was out
him.
before
Yeah.
Leaders of the New School. When he was in Leaders of the New School.
You're right.
Drew Brush and Boss. Hand
And
attack.
still...
That's when niggas used to do this shit right here.
Oh, we're telling our age, right? But that dance was just so retarded, wasn't it? Like, you remember seeing people doing that in the street? You're like,
that's
what
crazy.
you doing? You see people doing that shit now, you'd be like, you do it.
Cross-colored jeans.
Oh my God.
But yeah, Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes.
Who else is past Busta Rhymes? I don't see.
He's not a rapper, but Diddy. Still relevant.
Nah, because Diddy came
he
in
was
the
after Busta.
90s. I think Busta came like the late 80s.
That's a long time.
Because I remember when I was little and I used to listen to his music on my little radio. So yeah, I think Busta Rhymes is the long. Well, you know what? He hasn't made a song in a minute. Come on, Busta, what you doing?
But yeah. I mean, to be relevant, he's still relevant though. He could do something here and there. I like the I Want to Thank You with Lil Wayne. That was dope. That's the last thing I really heard from them. But
I can't think of nobody else. Who's the longest standing, still relevant R&B singer?
Oh shit, Chaka Khan.
Chaka Khan still make music?
Yes, she just put something.
My bad. I'm sorry, Chaka.
That's my birthday twin too. So whenever somebody say anything about R&B women, I be like Chaka Khan.
Chaka Khan,
let me rock it, Chaka Khan.
That's the only thing you think about when you think about let me rock Chaka Khan.
With a feel of you.
Let me
There's a lot of ladies still doing it. Patti LaBelle.
Patti LaBelle. All right.
Tony Braxton.
Okay, Patti LaBelle might be the one then, because Patti LaBelle.
She was at Essence. Yeah, I didn't get to meet her.
Patti LaBelle was out before TVs became color.
Damn, you might be right.
So she might be the one, because there's nobody else. Because Patti LaBelle's like Aretha Franklin's sister, though.
Yeah, but they don't like each other.
Wait a minute, how Patti LaBelle and Aretha Franklin don't like each other?
Listen, Diva's been a thing since been a thing.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. I can't. Yeah, we sitting here right now with Ida Divine, one of the dopest singers, and we talking about some of the dopest things that she's been through too, and some of the dopest people that she's met. And one of the dopest people that she's met recently is Naomi Judd. So, if y'all don't know who that is, she's about to tell you who that is. Who is Naomi Judd, and how was it when you met her?
Thank you for asking. Naomi Judd is a iconic country singer. Her and her daughter have a group called the Judds that they're like won multi-platinum awards, Grammys, and all type of things. And they do stadium type R&B music, country music. But anyway, look up Naomi Judd. She is an icon in country music. So I was in DC one night for a women's songwriting award event. And you know, when you go to these events, sometimes they'll book the hotel, and you know, everyone stays in that hotel, and they have shuttles and stuff like that. So I was in the lobby going to, you know, fix my key. You know how you put your phone next to the room key and the shit. Come on now. All right, I just got upset. But anyway, I went downstairs because my key wouldn't work, and then you know, it's, when you're a long way from the lobby, you'd be like, "Come on, you know, I gotta pee and everything." Anyway, when I got down to the lobby, she was just standing there surrounded by these men, and she was like 4 feet tall, and I was like, "Ah!" Hey, I didn't say that, you know. I'm from New York, so I'll be like, you know. But anyway, I was there with my manager at the time, and she was like, "Why don't you go and get a picture?" And so I asked her, I said, "Can I get a picture?" And she just looks me up and down. She said, "Oh, you're beautiful, of course." Wow. And she's holding her award because we just came from the award show. So I took the picture with her, and that's on my Instagram. And then I asked her, something just jumped into my head. Was like, ask her a question, because she was just she was there. You know, when there's opportunities like that, you really have to not think too hard, but like just, you know, treat it like it's an opportunity for you to learn something, an opportunity that life is giving you to have that moment, right? So that's what I would say. But I did want the picture. I mean, come on, Naomi Judd.
Do you feel like when you meet some of these people, like you have to shoot your shot, like when it comes to singing? I do. Do you hold back from shooting your shot?
It's strategic. So
we love you.
Yes, we do. Mm-hmm. So I asked her. I was like, "Can I ask you a question?" She said, "Sure." Mm-hmm. I said, I said, "I'm an R&B singer." Mm-hmm. I said, "I've been, in the industry around 10 years." And she said, "Oh, okay." Because that's like compared to her.
Word.
She's like, "Oh, that's so cute." But
right.
I mean, she didn't say that, but I just wanted to tell her where I was in my career, Mm-hmm. I said, "How do you feel about R&B singers doing R&B?" I said, I think that crossover is pretty cool, but I wouldn't want to be culturally appropriating country music. I said, "How do you feel about that?" And she was just like, "Do your thing." Right. She said, "If that's what you do she said, "You're not gonna sound like a country singer because you are an R&B singer. So what you put into that is going to turn into something totally different, and what you do. So obviously, you want to do you all the time." But she said, "I think that's a good idea." I said, "What about Patsy Cline?" And you guys look up Patsy Cline.
Look up
Patsy Cline has a movie
Shout out. To Patsy.
Patsy Cline is a singer that was alive in the 50s, and she's like the first female pop country singer.
Okay.
So I asked her
what country?
That went popular music, like top 40.
Okay.
You mean like Billboard charting? She's the first chart. Let me say, when I say pop, sometimes it means popular, which means top 40.
No, she's more musically inclined than most of us.
Well, I've been doing it for a little 10 years, a little more than that. But so she was just like, "Do your thing," and I was talking about Patsy Cline, and she said Patsy Cline would be a great segue for you into country. So I put out a song. I don't know. I want to step over.
No, say what.
Okay.
Go
so I put out a cover of Patsy Cline's song called "Walking."
Yes.
And that is my
you
first
country
country
my paper.
R&B.
She saw
I didn't
my
look
notes,
at
bruh.
it, but I knew that we were segueing into that. Notes, you know what I'm saying?
That's your latest, that's her latest single.
That's my latest single. It's called "Walking." It's actually a country R&B cover.
Did you make that after you ran into?
Oh, that's a good question. No,
okay.
I didn't. I had written it out and put it in my head. You know when you go record, it has to kind of like get in your head so that when you go to the studio, it can come out. So I didn't release it, if that's what you're saying. I didn't release it before that. I had it done in my head, and when she was like, "Yeah," I went to the studio and did it, and I was like, "There you go." It was already an idea.
Right. So that was just ordained to happen. I love when stuff.
Isn't that crazy?
I love when
so that's kind of like the pathway. You're working on a country song. There's a country singer. Why don't you bridge that? You know what I mean? You got to be savvy enough to.
How did you feel after making that song and knowing that you just met somebody so big like that? Like, does that like create like a certain feeling in you? Like you're like, "Oh my God, this feels so good to be able to do that," because I know one day they might hear this.
Yeah, it's called manifesting.
Yeah.
And it's not something you learn immediately, but you have to think and really believe in something, right? Mm-hmm. For it to happen. But you don't know how it's going to happen. It can happen in all kind of ways, right?
Right.
So you just have to know that, this is something that I want in my life. And wow, I see a signal of the thing that I want in my life. Let me walk toward it and be kind to it and be humble and be open to learn whatever this experience is supposed to teach me. You know what?
I got a similar story to that. Recently, Papoose reposted a video that I did with my daughter. And if y'all haven't seen that, go check that out. We remixed. You know what? Just go. I'm gonna do that.
Right, and you gonna know.
And
what
I want
it
y'all
is.
to know what the song is. I want you to go to my page and check it out. But anyway, we remixed one of Papoose's songs, and I just ran it. I had the idea in my head. I was like, "Yo, I really want to do this song over." When I was on the toilet, I was eating koi fish, but that's not what he said in the song. But I was like, I really want to do it now. A year before that, I used the same girls that he used in his video for my music video.
Wow.
Right?
That was
and
the
they did the same
transferring.
Harlem Shake and everything.
Wow.
So when I seen his video with Lil Wayne, I was like, okay. And then I liked the song so much, I was like, yo, I'm gonna remix it with my daughter and do something funny. So I wrote it, but I just didn't do it. Then I had ran into Papoose in the club. I think, yeah, it was in the club. And he just was walking past me. Somebody invited me to do media for the night. You know, I take pictures and film and all that stuff too. And then I ran into him, and I was just that. We chopped it up for 2 seconds. And when I came home, I recorded the song, shared the video, and went viral. I got the most hits out of everybody. I won.
You won?
The goddamn challenge, okay?
Oh, man.
Who won the challenge, Papoose? That's what I want to know.
Who won the challenge? Did he say?
Huh?
Who won?
Nope.
Well, we already know.
I think it stopped now. I think K Slade had passed just around that time. So.
Oh.
You know,
it's a lot. Yeah.
It's over now. The challenge.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to K Slade, man. He was moving New York hard. What do you think about the New York music movement in general? Like, who in New York is coming out making us look good?
Musically?
Yeah. I like Fabio, by the way. But
I do too. I'm gonna go with
I like
that.
Mano and Jim Jones movement too right now. Fab. You already know Fab.
Oh yeah.
Fab
And
is
the
number
joint
one.
with Mary is real nice. Yeah. I'll go with Fib. Yeah.
You call him Fiv?
Yeah.
Why you call him Fiv?
Because when
Fivio.
you know how you walk around Brooklyn, is all the posters,
Posters all over
right?
the
So
place.
his whole name be have his name be torn down, so I just see the FIV. So I'm like,
Oh wow, that's crazy, yo.
Yeah.
That's so dope. That's so nostalgic.
It is, right?
You call him Fib. I call Fabio Fib because his poster's always torn down halfway. You need to make that into a line. Fabio,
you just did it.
Fabio,
I need to make it to a line.
Send my check.
I said, yeah.
Fabio,
You did that. You
send that
just,
goddamn check.
yeah.
Yeah, man. And so back to Naomi Judd.
Back to Naomi Judd. Before you say anything, this is what I want to say because I think you spoke too soon, and this is gonna change the vibe in here. But I'm gonna change it back.
But I did.
About 3 months ago, Naomi Judd committed suicide, and for me meeting her I met her in December of 2021. So it wasn't that long ago. So actually, it's definitely hitting different, right? So I know you probably didn't know that because she, I would have never thought that somebody that I met who had such a beautiful energy and such a loving and giving spirit would be going through something like that. You know what I mean? So, she
was like suicidal.
Yeah, she suffered with depression and somebody like that who's these big stars still have these issues,
all
and
have
we don't.
Regular lives.
We do, and you never know what people are.
People
going
always
through.
be like, "Yo, what's wrong with you, bro?" Let me tell you something. The more genius you are, and the more creative you are, your brain is wired differently from everybody else. That's why everybody be like, "Yo, what kind of woman you want to be with? She gotta be creative." You understand what I'm saying? Because you can't just be like regular.
But the regular people are in the audience, and I love the audience.
Yeah, no, we love the audience. But I'm just saying,
you mean for you,
right? For me, in general, because it's like I can't do it. It's like,
well, if you're like that, you definitely want to, you want someone to bounce ideas off of it and things like that. Yeah.
Do you feel like the person that you're with has to understand, or at least come to your shows? Support your music and do all of those things, because these women these days they don't support. I'm just saying
they ain't supporting you.
They ain't supporting, but not me, because they support me. I'm just saying when it comes to the rap music.
Oh yeah, it gets a bad rap.
And the R&B music, a lot of them is like, boy, you can't even sing, or boy, you can't even rap or whatever. But like, do you feel like the woman should support her man and everything that he does, even if he's trash?
Oh, that's a great question.
You gonna tell him?
First of all, you don't want to say that something is trash and someone else like it. somebody always likes something. So it's something
one
that
man's
might be
garbage
trash.
is another man's
Right.
treasure.
So
I mean, one man's trash,
you know, if
another
that's
man's
somebody
treasure.
you love, you definitely want to support them and lift them up. My husband is at a show right now. He's in the music business as well. So I definitely have supported me, and he supports what I do, and I support what he does, and like, you know, we bounce ideas and all that. It's fun. It's good to do that.
Shout out to the hubsy.
Yeah, but if he wasn't who he is, and he was still trying to do this, I might be like, man,
you gotta support me. You gotta support me.
Let me fix up your resume. You know, let me help you in another way. I'm still gonna support you, but let's do this too. You could do that. Let's do this too. You know what I mean?
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah,
That's
support
a good way to put it.
but be real too.
I would say that I need somebody to support the music. Everyone needs someone to support their ideas in general.
Yeah,
but I feel like watch this.
I agree.
So the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is because I feel like as black people, it's kind of like we downplay upcoming artists so much that it's so hard for that upcoming artist to actually make it.
Let me say something about that. They downplay new artists here in America.
But this is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Overseas, when I put the song out, I put it out. I just put it on the platform. On all platforms, of course, so that it's worldwide accessible.
UK is
they got a hold to that motherfucking music, and it was like, bitch, we fucked with you now.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
The second paycheck, because I got a paycheck before, but the second paycheck that I recently got from CD Baby was because one of my songs bubbled in the UK.
Yeah. The way they listen to music and take music and rock to it, like the shit that, like, they're listening to drum and bass over there right now. The show that I just did, we had a party after, and I got to hear all the music that they be rocking to. They rock to 90s R&B, dance hall, house, Afrobeat. Like, they just
all that shit.
They support everything.
That's
they support
dope.
If they like it, they're gonna play it.
I keep telling people, the music is not only popular out here, it's worldwide. Music is just so vast. You just got to get into it. We love music, man. Who are some of your musical influences?
Oh, influences, definitely Wu-Tang. Like, who's so in love with Wu-Tang, still am.
Still?
The lyricism, the production.
Have you met anybody from Wu-Tang?
Yeah, I have a song with Inspector Deck.
She got a song with Inspector. See, y'all tapping. I got
I've opened up
superstars on my show. She got Inspector Deck at the red couch.
Definitely have met them. Yeah, even before they were famous. But influences, I love reggae. I love like Patra. I like dance hall, Lady Saw. I like Shaka Khan, Anita Baker, Sade.
You always going back.
Yeah, that's the era that captured me. You know what I mean? SWV. Mary, Faith, the whole Bad Boy situation. Like everybody that was coming out of Bad Boy and shit was just popping. Oh my God.
You ain't lying about that.
Yeah.
Bad Boy had an era. Bad Boy gave more money than you can count.
Come on.
Everybody be talking about the Bad Boy curse.
Okay.
What happened?
Listen, something happened there. I hope there's a movie that comes out one day and we can see the
curse?
whole behind the scenes of Bad Boy. That would be really good.
Probably not.
No, probably not. You're right.
Maybe not, because it should have came out already.
It
I mean, like,
definitely
at the end of the day,
the Biggie movie was kind of good. It showed a little bit, but
who's on Bad Boy now?
Is there a Bad Boy now? Right.
I don't think so.
Yeah, the whole Junior's cheesecake thing, it just took over everything.
You think so?
Well, it was a huge thing.
So now that you just said that, big question, and I know this is a throwback question, but we're gonna ask it right now. Right, it's a throwback question. Would you have walked for that cheesecake to Junior's? I'm gonna
let me say this. Yeah, I'm gonna answer that. If I was on that show at that time, that show being one of the first type of hip hop reality shows, like it was, right? and you got picked to be on that show, everybody fucking knows you. Everybody's watching the show. Babs, Dylon, and the other bad I don't remember them because
Chopper.
I mean, they were all stars in their own right. So I'm gonna say this, yes, because I'm already talented. So guess what? Now I'm walking and I'm struggling. You see how hard I'm fighting and how hungry I am for this chance with Diddy. I'm on this show. Fuck, I'm gonna do. He put me up in this nice hotel. I'm walking. I walk. Here you go, Mr. Diddy. Right. Anything else?
Right.
You want me to sing right now? Want me dance? What you need? I'm fucking with you. I want to be on Bad Boy.
Right, but you know what? You know what's crazy? I always said I would have walked for that cheesecake no matter what, and the reason
it's like
why I'm
a
no brainer.
It's so many different reasons why, but people will get in a crowd and be like, I ain't fucking.
Nah, I'm walking for that.
No.
You know why I'm walking for that? Because that walk ain't nothing.
Right.
I do that walk. Yo, he was like, yo, walk over the bridge and go get the cheesecake from Juice. But you know they're not from them dudes. A lot
they're
of those guys.
They're not from here, so you don't understand.
Like,
people walk across the bridge all the time here. He really wasn't saying nothing.
Right.
He wasn't really saying nothing. He could have said get in the cab, but you know.
No, but he knew. He knew that they was from out of state.
And they ain't never walk across no bridge like that. Yeah,
you might walk. A couple of them was from here though. Yeah. A couple of them was from New York. Yeah, he picked, but they ain't really last for too long.
Did they all walk though? I don't even remember.
No, some of them didn't make it. Remember? Well, you know what? I don't remember. Let me not even get on that subject. But that's crazy, Diddy. Why you do that? We need a story. Does anybody want to see the bad boy story? I said the curse of the bad boy. I shouldn't have said that. You know what I'm saying?
That sounds
but
like
at the end of the day, a lot of people.
Sound like a Lifetime movie title.
Yeah, because a lot of people name it that. So maybe Diddy, you could do a spinoff on it. It'll be big.
Now he gonna make some money off of it.
Welcome to the Red Couch with Burn, and you still here rocking with one of the dopest R&B singers, one of the dopest. We're gonna say country singers right now because she's getting into that too. One of the dopest rappers. You gotta tap in. She could rap. Yeah. She could rap for real, like not just basic rap, like for real. Yo, there's a song. I hate to stop that introduction right there, but there's a song that I saw you do recently. Damn, I wish I would have wrote the name of that damn song.
It's a cover?
No, you rapped.
Oh.
And you was spitting, but it was like the words didn't rhyme every thing.
I did that bi-weekly bar. Like right here, but yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking
right?
about. Yeah,
yeah,
it's lo-fi.
Lit.
It's lo-fi.
So anyway, she could rap. She could do a whole bunch of shit. Okay, and I met her a long time ago, right? And this is why people keep in touch because I already know I was gonna have her on my future show. She was gonna be able to sing something for us, and this is the setup, folks.
Oh, it's the setup.
This is the setup. I need a 16 or. I need like something. Yes, I need something hot that I could vibe to. Let's go.
I did it. Come on, let's go. Okay.
I might give you a beat. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm gonna give you something. And you'll like it. I'll try to figure out the thing along the way, like ad limit. Okay.
Let's go.
I told you wasn't.
We can sing together. We can sing together.
I think you might know this song. Okay. Okay, it goes. The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider.
My daughter's gonna love this. She's gonna love this.
Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again.
Whoa, you ain't.
Well, I was trying to take you to church to preschool.
Never heard nobody sing the goddamn itsy bitsy spider.
That's what I'm trying
like
to say.
I
need to get that license.
I just got it exclusive just now.
Yeah, keep it simple.
Yo, that's why. Oh my God, you almost made my eyes water. Because that's why I love.
You see the soulful itsy bitsy spider. Listen.
That's why I love this show.
Yeah.
Because you get different, unique things that happen all the time on this show. And right now, that was so soulful and heartfelt to hear the itsy bitsy spider while looking at my daughter's paintings.
Isn't that
you know what I'm
sweet?
saying?
You missing all.
All right.
Shout out to Emily.
Shout
How
out
you
to
doing,
Emily.
girl?
She chilling. She alright. You know, she doing what she do. Listen, I greatly appreciate you, man. I greatly appreciate you being here. First, I need you to let everybody know before we get out of here. I need you to let everybody know where your music is, how to find you, and anything else that you want to drop on the people.
I can do that. My name is Ida Divine. I am a 2022 Recording Academy member. You can find me on Instagram at Ida Divine Official. I'm on Facebook at Ida Divine and on YouTube at Ida Divine, and you spell Divine Divine. If you search for me under Devine, you will get a whole different search, which is great.
But hold on, even if you spell it wrong, she might pop up.
I still pop up. Google has just been my friend over the years. Additionally, I have a show out called Marshmallows and Machetes,
right? And
it is an Oddcast where we talk about everything from aliens to the mafia to China's production.
So basically, she said she's gonna have me on her show.
We're gonna do the cross promotion thing.
So
we're gonna talk about some crazy stuff.
The Oddcast. You just said Oddcast. What are we talking about over here? What is that?
We're Oddcast. It's a podcast, but it's video. I show up in different locations in different costumes, and I talk about some really strange things sometimes, and I try to tie it into the divinity of this world. So the name Marshmallows and Machetes is a play on words where the visuals are very sweet to you, but the content is very sharp. So it's kind of like a mind fuck, but it's a good one.
That's dope. I'm sitting here with Ida Divine, folks. I ain't never heard nobody sing the Itsy Bitsy Spider like Ida Divine. Can I just get one more?
One more, the Itsy Bitsy Spider.
No. I need another one. I need one more vocal.
All right, you running up your tab. Let's see.
Look.
Okay, let's do something else.
Shit, goddamn, I'm gonna try to run the tab up as much as I can while you're here.
Okay.
You know I'm gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? I don't even need a 16.
Yeah.
You could just harmonize.
You like music, so you just want to hear the tone.
I just want to hear something so I can chop it up and send it to the people and let them know how. Because I know real talent when I hear it. I'm telling you, people don't understand this about me. I don't really pat myself on the back like that, but I'm just saying I know when I hear it. I'm saying, all right, anyway. I'm just saying I know.
I fuck with you. Listen, me too. I know what the hell I'm hearing.
Y'all heard the goddamn Itsy Bitsy Spider, right? Anyway,
so, Diamond Life. I don't even know the song really. No need to ask, he's a smooth operator.
Oh wow, she went there on us.
Smooth operator, coast to coast and into Chicago for the lake. Okay.
Damn, you know what I should have did? I should have made you go.
That's if I tell you now.
Come on, y'all know. You know what? I'm about to go cut my hair off listening to that.
Don't cut your hair off.
You know what I'm saying?
Would you keep on loving me?
But yeah, we are here. This is why I love this show, because it's so unorthodox sometimes. But at the end of the day, I love to promote the woman, the ladies, my friends.
And we love you for that. Thank you for showing more than what women look like, but what is inside and what we can do and what we can bring. So
right. You don't see all the nakedness all the time on my show. They look good though. The women's on my show do look good though.
That's a given.
They do look good, but that's not the basis of the show. So at the end of the day, I promote women. I promote everything that women do. As long as it's respectful, and you have respect for yourself, and you respect yourself and everyone else, you allowed on my show, and I'm just grateful for you to be here, Ida.
Thank you.
I call you Ida, right? Do I have to say the whole thing, Ida Divine?
You can call me Ida or Divine or ID. That's my rap name.
ID.
My manager calls me.
Hit her up on Instagram too. If y'all got a question, y'all want to hit her Instagram.
Yeah, let's talk.
Instagram.
I post things sometimes, and sometimes I just be lurking, but I'm still there.
All right, so yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Red Couch with Burn. Instagram/Red Couch with Burn, or just at Red Couch with Burn on Instagram. Facebook at Red Couch with Burn. Twitter, Red Couch Burn. YouTube, Red Couch with Burn. Patreon, Red Couch with Burn.
Wait a minute.
Anchor, Red Couch with Burn.
We everywhere.
Spotify, Red Couch with Burn.
Dope.
I said YouTube already.
Yeah, you did.
I was
You
going
can say it again.
I
Shit.
said YouTube. Now I was about to go in the what you call it? Apple Music. Apple
Okay.
Music. I love Apple Music. They show me
Yeah.
love. Yeah, man. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. Can you say subscribe 10 times?
Subscribe to the channel.
If you can
Red
say
Couch with
subscribe
Burn.
10 times fast, I give you $10 right now.
Subscribe.